I am Jadakiss, and I'm here to represent Brooklyn. Ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet. It's time to meet your starting lineup for your Brooklyn Nets. A 6'7" forward from Arkansas, number 7, Joe Johnson. A 5'11" guard from Miami, number 0, Shane Larkin. A 6'4" guard from North Carolina, number 21, Wayne Ellington. A 6'8" forward from Georgia Tech, number 30, Thaddeus Young. A 7-foot center from Stanford, number 11, Brook Lopez. Ladies and gentlemen, Secure Watch 24 presents your Brooklyn Nets.
Fred Hoiberg, head coach of the Chicago Bulls. And here's our starting lineup for tonight's game.
Tony Snell, guard, University of New Mexico.
Nikola Mirotic, power forward, Montenegro.
Pau Gasol, power forward/center, Barcelona, Spain.
Derrick Rose, point guard, Memphis University.
Jimmy Butler, guard, Marquette University.
You met the Bulls, Rose, Butler, Gasol, Mirotic, and Snell. Same 5 that started against Cleveland last night. And for the Nets, Larkin, Ellington, Lopez, Young, and Joe Johnson, the veteran. And will be, along with Lopez, one of 2 guiding lights through this season for the Brooklyn Nets. A young team knows that they're in a rebuild mode. They lost a lot of talent, but they also lost a lot of age and got a little bit younger. Stacey said they'll count on Lopez and Johnson to provide some leadership and some scoring, but they're hoping that these young players will develop as the season wears on and that they can make another run at the playoffs.
Well, they're not completely rebuilding and then blown this team up because they still have some veterans in Lopez, Thaddeus Young, Joe Johnson. Jarrett Jack, who's out with an injury, is another one of those veteran players. So they haven't completely gone fire sale with the Brooklyn Nets, but I think if they get off to a slow start this year, you'll see a team that will be looking to move some pieces and maybe start from the beginning like a Boston or Philadelphia.
Yeah, they have, a young player in Thomas Robinson who was a lottery pick. But Robinson, and here's the really strange part of his story, Stacey. In 3+ seasons he's played, he was a lottery pick. He's played for 6 teams. 6.
Well, he's kind of taken that path of Drew Gooden. If you remember, Drew Gooden was drafted in a lottery too by Memphis, and he's been on, his first couple of years in the league was on like 5 teams. And Thomas Robinson just hasn't been able to find his niche. What kind of player is he going to be in this league? He was a big-time player at Kansas, but he's just not been able to find his way in the NBA. Maybe he'll find it here in Brooklyn. Wayne Ellington bounced back last year with the Los Angeles Lakers. Was a role player on a lot of teams before that, but got himself a nice contract, played well with the Lakers last year. Good shooter from North Carolina.
Gasol steps in with Lopez. And the ball in the air and won by the Nets. They play for the first time in the regular season. Shane Larkin, defended by Derrick. Thaddeus Young pulls his way in and traveled about 3 times on the
How about a
same
suitcase
play.
with that travel there, Thaddeus?
Good job by Powell, just standing his ground and force Thaddeus Young into the turnover. Bulls have it for the first time. Rose and Mirotic play catch. Butler finds Powell. Gasol, dribble drive. Snell, likewise, blocked by Brook Lopez and tapped out to Joe Johnson.
A good recovery that time by Brook Lopez.
Johnson to Larkin, fires, ooh, way off. I mean, that ball was short, wide right, and everything else. Mirotic, bang, down the well it goes.
Nico has been playing with a lot of confidence. I mean, those are shots that he would not have taken in the game last year. A quick shot like that, but he really is feeling it now.
Joe Johnson with Jimmy Butler, the Bulls' best defender, on him. Inside, Thaddeus Young, jump hook way off target. Bulls come with that pace that they want. Here's Derek. He blows right on in. He ran right through the nets.
Well, he's just too big for Larkin. Larkin's a smaller guard. Derek should have a field day with him, especially in transition, getting by him. See the quickness that Rose is.
Joe Johnson, double. Ellington fires. That's short. And hit the top of the board, so out of bounds to the Bulls.
Well, you look at the speed, Derrick Rose, little hesitation dribble, fakes going over the top of the screen, and we saw in the preseason game that he played in Lincoln, Nebraska, you didn't question his speed and his athleticism. Derrick Rose is back physically. A really good game last night.
And you mentioned Larkin doesn't have the size, he doesn't have the speed either to stay in front of Derek. You know, Derek can pretty much, I think, have his way with it. Snell fires and misses. Jimmy Tipping. Thaddeus Young, he blows in and throws it away.
It's good defense by the Bulls in transition.
Mirotic again. Good again. And Mirotic with a pair of field goals and 5 points early.
Real quick 5 points, too. You know, that 3-point is the equalizer.
And a timeout taken by Lionel Hollins. It's 7-0, and he hasn't seen much to like here in the early going. Bulls out in front. Chicago Bulls basketball in high definition, brought to you by Xfinity. X1 from Xfinity will change the way you experience sports. Get a look here at Niko Mirotic, who's off to a good start.
Well, again, just playing with a lot of confidence. Quick catch and shoot, face-up jumper. This is the Niko that was the European Player of the Year. This guy is now not hesitating. He's not pump faking. He's gotten much better this year, but just catching and shooting the basketball. He's such a good shooter, Neil. Sometimes he takes himself off of a shot with all the pump fakes, and that's one thing that Fred Hoiberg's really worked with him on. Just catch, square up, catch and shoot.
Yeah, one usually suffices for him because the player's kind of sailing at him, but
he likes to give you that 3 pump fakes.
I'm with you. There's Lopez short with that one. Rebound to Powell out at the free throw line. Derek leaves it for the trailing Butler. Jimmy with Joe Johnson, a good defender on him. Gasol. Bulls moving the ball well. Ball knocked away from Derek. Ellington quickly ahead to Thaddeus Young. Back out to Ellington, to Larkin, inside to Young. Backs in, turns off the glass and scores. Well, he's a nice player in the post.
He got deep position there, and you know he's a very good player. I mean, this is a guy that was in Minnesota. You know, when they made a move to get him here, re-signed with the Brooklyn Nets.
Had some great years in Philly.
I've always liked Thaddeus Young, an underrated player.
Gasol to Butler inside, muscled it up.
That was a nice pass by Pau Gasol. A little give and go. Jimmy using that upper body strength to finish strong.
Ellington trying to find Joe Johnson posted.
And Joe Johnson has struggled the last few times against Jimmy Butler on the offensive end.
Well, they still come with it. Like the Bulls still double team Joe Johnson. It's not just he's a big part of their offense, and has been in some years spectacular offensively. But Jimmy is such as Powell knocks that down. Jimmy is such a good one-on-one defender.
See Derrick Rose picking up at half court.
Larkin bounces back. Lopez, and he strokes that home from the top of the circle.
You see, Lopez would rather be a face-up shooter. He'd rather shoot that jump shot than actually get on the post.
But they don't have the other pieces, right?
Exactly.
So that he can do that.
And he's so strong. I mean, this is a guy that could probably average 24, 25 points a game if he really wanted to.
Gasol turns and fires, missed that one.
He thought he got hit on the wrist, but he didn't.
Lopez again.
See, those are kind of shots right there you can get any time down the floor.
He's so long-armed. There's Derek with a spin. Got inside the score.
That's a Derrick Rose of the Simeon days when he was down there posting up the guards in high school.
He ought to be able to do that all night against Shane Larkin.
Well, I don't get surprised that the coaches before now has not tried to get him down there in the block earlier now. You see Fred Hoiberg taking advantage of a nice interior pass right there, but Derrick Rose can take advantage of some of these guards in the post.
Especially Larkin. Or a guard like Larkin. That ball out of bounds, and there's going to be a foul. Late whistle, very late whistle, and this foul.
Watch this right here, Neil. Put him in a spin cycle. Your laundry's done, Mr. Larkin. Strong move by D. Rose.
Not sure who the foul was on, but
I want to say it's on Thaddeus Young. He looked like he was wrestling.
Yeah,
with
I think he might
Nico
be right.
in the post.
Well, Thaddeus Young with his first foul. Powell, nothing but net. He's off to a good start.
You knew Powell was going to come back and be better than 2 for 7. Only 2 points yesterday, 2 rebounds, but the defense was there. So they're trying to get him going early, get him established.
Joe Johnson way off. Way off under duress as Jimmy pressured that shot.
Right there.
Butler.
It's isolation with Thaddeus Young.
Well, Thaddeus Young's a pretty good defender. Now Rose, he had to give it up. Thaddeus Young switched on to him, and Butler knocks it down, and Shane Larkin with the foul. So Larkin has had a tough evening already. As
Here it is right here. And watch, he's just going to square up. Nice little pass back. Jimmy steps back. There he is, Jimmy G. Buckets. The G stands for gets.
You saw Larkin just kind of flail at him. I don't know. Wonder what he was thinking. Larkin comes out of the game.
Well, a lot of these guys, you see more and more of that, Neil. Guys trying to block the shot instead of just squaring up, just getting a hand up and making shoot over an extended hand. Everybody's trying to block the shot.
But Larkin's like 4 feet tall. He's going to block a shot against Jimmy Butler?
Well, he's not going to do that. But again, it's just not a good defensive play when you're, guarding a jump shooter. Not saying Jimmy's Kyle Korver or anything, but you still got to respect the guy who's taking that shot. There's no need to foul a guy like that.
I agree. If he's already gotten the shot, and most of those are fouls after the shot is already away. Jimmy completes the play as Sloan checks in and gets Larkin, and this is the area where Brooklyn is going to struggle without Jared Jack.
Yes.
I mean, they're playing Sloan and Larkin back there, and you're not going to take a shot at those two guys because they're NBA players, but they're not the
role players.
Yeah, they're not the answer, and in fact, Sloan probably fortunate to be in the league. So
well, and you know what? I mean, Sloan comes in with a defensive reputation. Everybody talked about Darren Williams. Couldn't stay healthy, surly. You're really going to miss him because when he's healthy, he's one of the better guards. Is he as good as he was a few years ago? No, but he's still better than what you have now.
What's interesting about that is Lopez bounces one in. He was never the same after he left Utah.
No,
and as much as he made Jerry Sloan the bad guy, and I want to go play somewhere else. When he played for Jerry Sloan was when he was an all-star. Tony off the heel, and then Joe Johnson had to save it.
You see Andre Bargnani in the game now. Came over from the Knicks as a free agent.
Bargnani, a drive and a layup that missed at point-blank range. He got right on in, and then there's Snell missing at the other end, but drew the foul, and Joakim about set to check in.
Well, Bargnani, another one of those guys who can't stay healthy. He's had his best years were in Toronto, and he just hasn't been able to stay healthy.
On Saturday, November 7th, when the Bulls host the Minnesota T-Wolves, the Bulls and AT&T present Camo Hat Night while supplies last. Enter the United Center, receive a Bulls camo hat, compliments of AT&T, and that way you can sneak up on Stacy.
It's a camo. I thought you said a camel hat.
No, camo.
Okay, I didn't know. Camo. I didn't know. I'm just asking. We got to make sure.
Well, maybe I should
make sure we clarify that.
I better enunciate better then.
Because people be asking for a camel hat and it's not there, and they'll be blaming Neil Funk.
It's a defense. I think Joe double dribbled.
Oh, it's like a mouse. You got to squeeze it.
He might have double dribbled, but he got away with it. Oh, and there's Nico spun backdoor, and then
he stopped. If Nico kept going to the basket, that was a layup. He kind of stopped on that play. He should know. Joe will make that pass for you if you make that spin. He will find you. He will give you that ball, lead you right to the rim. That time Nico kind of stopped.
Bogdanovich into the game for the Nets. He stands in one corner. Sloan a drive. Boy, had a layup. Instead, he goes to Bargnani, who misses a 15-footer. And that's where they miss a guy like Jared Jack. I mean, Sloan was right there, had a layup, and turned around and threw it back out. Brooks a drive. Kick to McDermott. Bang, down the well. That goes from the left corner. Deep.
I tell you what, this shooting that the Bulls have been doing, they're going to get a lot of wide open shots in this new offense.
I like the offense, and I think they do too, as they have sprinted out to a 24-10 lead. It's going to be a 20-second timeout taken by Lionel Hollins as he tries to stop the bleeding here with 4:11 left in the first quarter. And here's a look at Doug McDermott as he takes the pass from Aaron Brooks, buries that, and that forced the timeout.
You kind of wonder, in the scouting report, you get a scouting report before the games, and it doesn't matter what a guy averages or what his shooting percentage is. You know who the shooters are when you step on the floor. And so to leave Doug McDermott, even on the drive and kick situation that time with Aaron Brooks, who did a nice job of engaging the defense, you've got to know Doug McDermott can knock down those shots. You can't leave him open. And
what is it you like to say? KYP?
KYP, know your personnel. And Doug McDermott, even though he still hasn't established himself as one of the better shooters in this league, he's got a long way to go. This is really his big year for him now. But he still has a reputation of knocking down shots. You just don't leave a guy wide open like that. And Bogdanovich should really know, also defensively, you can help out, but you don't want to get to the point where you get too committed to one guy and leave another guy wide open.
Hollis Jefferson checks into the game. Rondae Hollis Jefferson,
a rookie from Arizona.
Lionel Hollins is going to use everybody here in the first quarter, trying to stem the tide here. Bogdanovich step back, tough shot over Nico, and he made it. Boy, that's a tough shot. Nico was right there.
Well, if Brooklyn can make some shots, that's going to open it up for Brook Lopez, who's in this group now. You basically got 4 out, 1 in. Ooh, man. Aaron Brooks just got creamed by Bargnani. Tried to run through the screen.
Bargnani.
One of the toughest moves I've seen Bargnani do since he's been in the league. He happened to be on a 5'10" guard. And watch, he's going to run through the screen right there.
That was actually Bogdanovich that ran into him, flattened him. You're right, he put a lick on him. McDermott, leaner. Well, there's a terrible pass.
Rondae Barber, the rookie, got himself in trouble.
There's Joe. He tried to dunk it, missed it. Rebound, McDermott. Nico, boy, had a shot.
I tell you, it was a deep though. He was real deep.
Yeah, but that's well within his range.
Good defense by the rookie, Rondae.
Sloan with a good fake and a $1 million move, 10-cent shot. Nico. Jimmy skidded to a stop. Now Joe. Put down to Butler. Fade away. Yes, sir.
That's good post-up position right there. Again, Joakim, high post passer. Gave Jimmy the pass where all he had to do is just catch, turn around, and shoot the basketball in rhythm. Nice play.
26-12. Skip pass to Bogdanovich. From the Bulls. This time it's Joe who pushes it, but does it with pace. And now Aaron darts right on in. Oh, he scoops and scores on the left side.
Little man with big man moves. You see they're trying to go right at Doug McDermott.
And there's going to be an opportunity for a three-point play for Bogdanovich, who posted up McDermott. And a timeout. This one charged to the Bulls. Count the bucket. They'll be at the free throw line when we come back. It's been everybody involved. And here's Aaron spinning one with a left hand off the glass. Visit WGNTV.com and click on the Game Zone for stats and info while you're watching the game. Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing. Call now for a free estimate. For all the right reasons, Four Seasons. Neil and Stacy here at the Barclays Center in downtown Brooklyn. Back-to-back Bulls winners last night against the Cavaliers at the United Center. And
got in late last night here in New York.
3 o'clock.
Man.
A little tough, but the Bulls have come out and been very efficient here in the early going, Stacy. Right now, they're shooting 65% from the field. And they have out-rebounded the Nets 10-5.
Well, one of the things going to give a lot of teams problems if the Bulls can stay healthy is quality depth. I mean, they're bringing in guys who are starters coming off their bench. This probably is the deepest Bulls team, and the Bulls have had some good benches, but this might be the deepest Bulls team they've had in quite some time, since the championship.
Since the 90s, probably.
Yes.
Yeah, without question, I would say.
So if these guys can gel, Neil, and the second group can, the guard play gets better. That's a nice play right there. Nice pass by Brook Lopez. Good give and go. But if the Bulls can stay healthy, I mean, this could be a really fun year. Oh, nice.
Sloan picks it up. Fake and drive. Oh, Jefferson, a miss there. Joe rolls one up. Taj gobbled it up, missed it. And the rebound finally to Bogdanovich. Now Sloan comes right at the smaller Brooks and missed the driving layup try, but fouled by Aaron Brooks.
Well, Taj thought he got fouled down there, but they could have called an offensive foul on him. So they let both those guys play that in that last possession. Hoop fans enjoy a great night of fast-paced NBA action and non-stop entertainment. For tickets, visit Bulls.com, NBAtickets.com, or call 1-800-4NBA-TICKS. For group outings, call the Bulls at 312-455-4000.
E'Twaun Moore checks into the game, and how about his play last night, and how about his play really throughout the preseason and into the regular season?
Well, it's just been consistent. I mean, he's been consistent throughout the preseason. I've always been a big fan of E'Twaun Moore. I thought last year, he should have played a lot more last season. Didn't get off the bench, but when he did play, he hit some big shots. He's only carrying over with the minutes that he gets. He's going to be a vital instrument coming off the bench because he can play either guard spot.
Aaron Brooks at the point right now, and a tough shot by McDermott. Not a good one there. On the run, Sloan right on in, and then missed it at point-blank range. Boy, they have missed some layups. Sloan tried to get too cute that time. There's Brooks deep, in and out. Back tap by Joe, and
offensive rebounds. I mean, they're dominating the backboards right now. +7, 14-7.
22 seconds left. 13 on the shot clock now as Aaron Brooks holds with a belt-high dribble out near the 8-second line. Crosses over, skids to a stop. Then the fadeaway is good.
Stop it! Stop it! He had Jefferson, Hollis Jefferson dancing on the string.
Bogdanovich, he races to the baseline and then dribbles it out of bounds. And on the turnover, the Bulls get it back with 3.1.
I tell you, Aaron Brooks has been a lot of minutes now early.
Aaron Brooks diagonally across and then hangs in the air and just missed it. 30-19. Impressive first period for the Bulls. We'll head to the second quarter right after these messages. Neil Funk, Stacey King, as the Bulls lead the Nets 30-19. There's a look at the numbers, and you see the Bulls shooting 12 for 23, got up 3 more shots than did Brooklyn, out-rebounded them 14-7. And the Bulls 3 of 6 from behind the three-point line, and that is just a great weapon to have, that three-point shot. Bulls didn't take a ton of them last night after shooting it often from behind the 3-point line during the preseason, but it's all about efficiency. If you can make some, you're going to play with a lead a lot.
Well, and I think Bulls fans have to recognize that this is a different coach with a different style. I think a lot of people are, Derek's minutes. They're going to regulate not only Derek's minutes, but Pau Gasol's and Jimmy Butler's minutes.
There's that quality depth you talked about.
And Fred Hoiberg is not afraid to play the bang, bang, bang. He is not afraid to play these guys. So people, when you're looking at Derrick Rose's minutes, he played last night in the Cleveland game. He played 32 minutes. Jimmy played 36 minutes. In the past, those guys would have played 40-plus against Cleveland.
And Hollis Jefferson steps out of bounds. And like Larkin, he's had a tough start to this game.
And I think people are going to have to get used to this. This is why you've got so much depth on this team. These guys, it'll be a different guy every night.
Joe rolled away. E'Twaun crossed over. Now drive, scoop, score. What a pretty drive. Pretty drive on the crossover by E'Twaun Moore.
E'Twaun, you can just see his body language is totally different this season. Even in the preseason, Neil, he's just playing like he knows he's supposed to be on that floor. I've always said that about the kid. He's just a tough kid, man. I mean, he can play either guard position. You know he's going to defend. He's going to give you some toughness out there. And he runs the offense when he is playing the point guard spot. So, and then another quality depth. Kirk Hinrich has yet to get into a game yet with the depth that the Bulls have.
Jumper by Bargnani as Sloan came out of the game after Aaron Brooks picked up his second. Now Larkin back out there, but he's more of Aaron's size.
See, right now, Brooklyn's defense is really not that good with Lopez being out.
Bogdanovich bounces one high off the rim and good. And he's been giving them some nice minutes off the bench. He's got 7 points to lead them in scoring.
Well, he's been really the only offense so far in the early going.
McDermott, that's picked off and stolen. On the run, Robinson. And Jefferson lays it in.
Right now, the Bulls' only negative thing right now is the turnovers. They've got 6 turnovers here in the first half here. They've got to tighten it up.
Full timeout taken by Fred Hoiberg with 10:01 left in the first half. 35-25 as the Nets climb back to within 10. We'll be right back. Welcome back, Neil and Stacy. 35-25. The Bulls with the lead. Here's our Mazda replay, and that pretty drive by E'Twaun Moore goes in and finishes on the left side with a right hand. Right now, the Bulls shooting 54%, and so that's tailed off just a little bit. The Nets are at 48%. Both coaches have used 10 players. I think you look down at the Nets, Lionel Hollins more out of necessity. Fred Hoiberg, because he knows that his team could be just a little leg weary, having played last night, gotten in here late. And so he's trying to spread these minutes out. Derrick right down the heart of the lane.
Too big, too strong, too fast, too good.
That time he just took his time. And
well, they had Hollis Jefferson on him now, trying to use more size. He got screened. Nice screen by Pau Gasol to get him to the rim.
Bogdanovich to a wide open Bargnani with the fake and the layup.
You got to stay on the floor with him. Again, they're going to have Hollis Jefferson a little bit more size on Derrick Rose. I don't think he has the speed to stay with him, though.
Pau,
free cheese.
Right over Bargnani.
They need to go right at Andre Bargnani. He's not a defensive stopper. That's been one of his weak points in his career. He's not a good defensive player.
Robinson gunned out to the wing, and the jumper good. That time Larkin was able to get by Derrick, and then had a choice to either shoot it or pass it. Pau
Go to work.
Runs into Bargnani, and that's an offensive foul. Bargnani anticipating the move and set himself, and Pau Gasol slams into him. 39-29, back to within 10, and a chance to get it inside of double figures for the Nets. Whistle. Tony Snell holding Bogdanovich.
Tony Snell is first. Chicago's second. Side out Portland.
And it's at the defensive end where you might see a little bit of fatigue. That time Snell holding.
Oh, they got to switch now.
Larkin
Switch back.
Bogdanovich against Snell. Runs in and a whistle and a foul. That's on Tony Snell, so back-to-back fouls on Tony. And Brooklyn side out of bounds.
Well, but Bogdanovich is not just a shooter. He's a guy that can put the ball on the floor too. He's highly skilled, so you got to play him and try to run him off the line, but you also got to understand he can handle the basketball too.
Jumper poured in by Thaddeus Young, and that's right in his wheelhouse, that jumper there.
Well, you can see now they've gone small.
Drive. Oh, what a spin.
Oh, free cheese. I mean, mouse in the house. E'Twaun Moore with a nice drive.
He's had two spectacular drives here. Thaddeus Young, the fake, and then the floater. No, tap up and good by Thaddeus Young.
Well, again, they're spacing the floor now because they've gone small ball. You know, you've got Thomas Robinson playing the 5 spot, Thaddeus Young at the power forward, so they're small, and this is what the Bulls can do, try to punish them inside with Pau Gasol and Taj Gibson.
That time Taj had it knocked away out of bounds. It'll belong to the Bulls. Joe Johnson checks in. Bogdanovich, who gave him some great minutes, comes out. In fact, he kept him in this. E'Twaun comes out. Jimmy Butler checks back in.
Well, good minutes by E'Twaun Moore off the bench.
Very nice.
Man, 2 of 2. He had 4 points.
Snell out of the corner, knocked it down, and he didn't hesitate that time.
Well, he's playing also with confidence too. These guys now don't have to worry about when that horn sounds, Neil. They're coming out of game. They can play. If they make a mistake, play through the mistake.
Jefferson goes inside, took the hit from Powell and scored anyway. Nice play by Hollis Jefferson. Jimmy bounced into Taj, trying to wheel and deal, goes in and just dunks the ball.
Meet me at the rim and don't be late. Thomas Robinson is trying to time it for the block.
By the time he got himself gathered to do that, Taj had already dunked the ball.
And see, this is where that small ball can be ineffective to teams.
Derek with a great job defensively there on Larkin. And then the little rainbow up and good. And
up and miss, bad.
Well, that's maybe why he's been with 6 teams in 3 years.
Well, and this is what we talk about, that small ball. You know, when you're committed to going that, which you see Brooklyn just trying to change up the chemistry right now, change up the rhythm a little bit. When you got good big guys like the Bulls have, this is where you want to punish, you know, the smaller team. Where they had the advantage on the other end with their small guys, you had the advantage on the inside with your big guys, as the Bulls have right now.
Ball knocked away, and then Joe Johnson with it, able to gather it in. Joe right down the lane, pumps it to the corner. Larkin fires, in and out, no good, tipped in.
That's one thing with Thomas Robinson is a good offensive rebounder. He got the inside position that time.
Now the lead down to 9.
The Bulls' biggest lead was 16.
Derek, and he stripped and stolen. Robinson on the run. Robinson gallops in, and not a good shot on that break, but he's going to get bailed out here and get to the free throw line. The foul on Tony Snell, his 3rd.
Thomas Robinson.
And that's the 4th team foul right there.
I didn't even know there was a foul as they called it down low.
Yeah, they bailed him out. Robinson gets to the free throw line.
It didn't look like he hit him at all. Just missed a layup.
Well, it was a tough shot. I thought he could have slowed down a little bit and created 2-on-1 or 3-on-1 or 3-on-2, but he kept going. Makes the first free throw on Sunday, November 1st. Bulls host the Magic and Scott Skiles. The Bulls and United Airlines present magnetic schedule night while supplies last.
I'll tell you what, Neil, that Orlando Magic team is one of those teams I say keep an eye on. They could be this year's Milwaukee Bucks.
Well, when we know they had a lot of great young talent. And we know Scott Skiles is usually really good at getting young talent playing in the right direction. There's a near steal as Hollis Jefferson jumped in front of Doug McDermott. So if Skiles can get them to buy in, you're right. They've got young talent. No question about it. We saw it last year.
There's a couple of teams. I mean, you look at Detroit. They were hammering Atlanta last night, and they ended up winning that game. But we saw them in the preseason. I was impressed that they.
We're going to see them tomorrow, or 2 nights from now, Friday night. Ow! With a sweeping right hand hook.
And Robinson just didn't have the size to guard Pau Gasol down there.
Joe Johnson kicked outside. Larkin. Derek again, the good closeout, and then stays right in front of it. Larkin trying to get by, flips it up and scored. Nice play there.
Good move. They're able to turn the corner and get underneath Derek.
Swung to the left side. McDermott, now they swing it back right to Derek. Flip down to Pau. Gasol turns inside. Taj goes up, blocked.
Good defense.
They collapsed that time. Ryan surrounded Taj Gibson.
And the pace is picked up on both ends now.
Joe Johnson bouncing, no, and the rebound tapped out and controlled by the Bulls. Brooklyn's got it down to 7 after trailing by 16. Gasol, well, back to 9.
And Pau Gasol off to a nice start. 5 of 6 from the field. 10 points, 3 rebounds for the big fella.
He leads the Bulls in scoring with the 10. And the Bulls lead Brooklyn 50-41. Neil Funk, Stacey King back at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, where the Bulls lead 50-41. Time for our Toyota Going Places. Take a look at the Bulls three-point shooting featuring Mirotic, McDermott, and Brooks.
The Bulls right now 5 of 9 from the three-point line, and everything's within the flow of the offense. I mean, either it's a drive and kick, guys coming off a high pick and roll. They're all good shots. So 56% right now for the Bulls from the three-point line. Brooklyn has not hit a three-point shot tonight.
Brooks is 1 for 3 from there. McDermott 1 of 2. And Nico 1 for 1 from behind the three-point line. Brook Lopez checks back in for the Nets as Shane Larkin brings it to the front court. Joe Johnson circling back to Lopez, fires the jumper and scores. Brook Lopez, well, he shoots a 17-footer, and because of the long arms he's got, it looks like it's about a 5-footer.
Well, he's so big.
He's huge. He and Pau doing battle just off the block on the left side. Mirotic trying to poke another one in, could not. Larkin in the air to Joe Johnson. He goes inside and scores.
Joe Johnson, I've always liked his game. I think a lot of people, get down on him because of the big contract they signed, but he's a solid player.
Very good, two-way player.
I'd love to have him. Cleveland was trying to make a move in the summer, trying to make a move to get him.
Well, he's a two-way player. He'd be great with LeBron and company. He's going to stay in Brooklyn. You're right, he's been a good player throughout his career. Lopez, bang, rattled it around and dropped it.
It's been a jump shooting night for Brook Lopez. 4-6 from the field, 8 points. Got to get out there and guard him. He can make that shot.
Well, they're back to the within 3 after trailing by 16. And there's Derek, a drive slammed into the smaller Larkin, and the foul is on Larkin.
Fouls on Larkin, the second. Brooklyn second.
His second, Brooklyn's second.
Derrick Rose 2 shots.
Bulls with 4 team fouls. And just 3:23 left here in the first half. Well, it's been kind of up and down here in the second quarter.
Have dinner with us next time you head to United Center with all new Chicago's plate food and beverage offerings, including fan favorites, LQ Chicken Shack, Frontier, the Pony, and more. For more information, check out chicagoplate.unitedcenter.com.
I thought you were inviting me to dinner.
Okay, don't interrupt me while I'm reading this. I still had more on this read. Don't interrupt me anymore, okay? Visit the Bulls app. Now you can talk to me. Now you can talk. What do you have to say? Don't let me hurt your feelings. Don't get sensitive now, Clark. Talk to me, baby.
No, I'll talk to you. That food down there is. I had somebody last night at the game come up and say, "Oh my gosh, have you been up and seen the concourse?" I said, "Yeah." Stacy and I were telling you about all that.
Oh man.
Thaddeus Young, and now all of a sudden Brooklyn's starting to shoot lights out. They're up to 58%. They were down in the 30s early. Bulls are still shooting it well at 60%. Skipped out and thrown away. That's thrown right between Derek and Doug. Maybe Mirotic was hoping one or the other would run to it. And a timeout taken. This one charged to the Nets with 2:52 left here in the first half, and suddenly the Brooklyn Nets are right back in this ball game. Up 16. So you say, what happened? Well, the Bulls are still shooting it well, 60% from the field, 50% from beyond the three-point line. They're perfect at the line, 5 of 5. But here's the difference in what enabled Brooklyn to get back in the game. 1, bench scoring, and 2, turnovers by the Bulls, 11 of them.
Well, it's a tale of two quarters. The Bulls jumped out 30-19 in that first quarter. Now they're being outscored 30-22 in the second quarter. So Brooklyn has now found their rhythm offensively.
And Brooklyn's bench scored 25 points, or has 25 points scored. There's Joe Johnson around the rim and off, tapping once, twice, out of bounds, and that's going to go to the Bulls.
And what you got to see out of the Bulls, when you get a big lead like this, 16 points, again, with the quality depth that they have, you've got to get that killer instinct. You know, you get down up 16, you got to push that up to 30 and try to break the spirit of this team. Can't let them hang around. Oh, they missed Nico on the back cut.
Gasol wide open, and he scores over Brooks. Gave him a little taste of his own medicine.
Oh, this has been kind of a big man shooting clinic. Both Pau Gasol and Brook Lopez knocking down 18-foot jump shots. Jimmy hounding Joe Johnson.
He gets it to Lopez, who floats in, scores, and draws the foul.
And if you're going to foul. Don't give me that little love tap. You know, Doug McDermott that time, late on the rotation, you've got to slide over there and get your body in between Brook Lopez and the basket. Don't be afraid to take a charge from the big fella. Get in there and get in front of him.
McDermott had his hold of his arm and let go of it. If he had just hung on, he would have been guilty of the foul, but I don't think Lopez would have finished. McDermott with the foul sits down. Lopez with a chance for a three-point play on McDermott. Personal foul number 2. Lopez missed the free throw. That was the first miss by either team from the free throw line.
Let's see if the Bulls can get themselves back going offensively.
Now bounce to Derek, rumbling in, back to Gasol, lifts the jumper, nope. Rebound Lopez.
It was a good find by Derek that time.
Brown is checked in, and then Lopez swishes one from the top, right between the top of the circle and the three-point line.
Well, the Bulls that time, Pau Gasol's got to meet him up earlier. You know, he's coming down the floor as that trail big. You've got to get up there a little bit earlier. There's that foul right there on Joe Johnson.
Johnson got a hold of Jimmy, but that was a veteran foul there. He wasn't going to let Jimmy get into the lane and then finish. Kind of raked him across the arm hard. The official stops play. The foul on Joe Johnson. And will be his first, and it'll be sideline out of bounds. Just the Nets had a foul to give there. With no damage done. Now Butler weaves into the lane, back out. Mirotic pump fake, steps up and missed it back, and then tipped in by Jimmy.
I'll tell you what, you look at the stats right now, Jimmy Butler and Derrick Rose have not missed a shot in the backcourt. They are right now 7 of 7. They have 18 points, 6 assists between them.
Jimmy got a ton in the air that time. Brown down to Lopez, off the block on the left side against Noah. Foul and scored. Boy, that's a great play by Lopez.
Well, when you got it going like he does, Neil, he's got himself in a nice rhythm now. It seems like every shot he takes now is going in. And here he is. He's just going to face up. And as he rips through, he gets that contact and he follows through. Oh, but they're not going to give him and one. They're going to say that he was fouled on the floor. And Lionel Hollins is...
Well, that's a terrible call. You're absolutely right. That's a terrible call.
I mean, this is the NBA, and that's a continuation play. Clearly, he was going to make a move to the basket.
Absolutely.
Hey, but it benefits the Bulls.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to have a couple of free throws coming.
So I'm not going to complain.
A foul.
Lionel Hollins is really upset about that. And he has a right to be, because that should have been an and one. So instead of having a 3-point play, we get 2. And Bulls up 1. Under a minute.
Butler trying to weave his way in and then hit by Joe Johnson again and goes down. And now Jimmy will get to the free throw line.
It's number 2 on Joe Johnson.
And both have come in the last 30 seconds here. Jimmy to the free throw line. Both teams did a pretty good job of not fouling here in this quarter. So we haven't shot a lot of free throws tonight. 5 of 5 for the Bulls, 7 of 8 for the Nets.
Well, both teams almost up to 60% shooting, so there's really not a lot of missed opportunities for either team. But the one thing that I'm sure Fred Hoiberg is going to look at halftime is the turnovers. I mean, right now the Bulls have 11 turnovers, and they have 14 points off those turnovers for the Nets. And that's a little bit too high for, even though their offense is more free-spirited, that's a little bit too much.
Brooklyn, on the other hand, 6 turnovers, leading to just 5 points by the Bulls. Brown hangs in the air, fires off the heel, bad long rebound.
And Markel Brown trying to go 2 for 1. I'm sure they didn't want him to take that shot.
Jimmy will hold it out. About 5 seconds difference in the clocks. Butler weaves his way in, gun to the corner, coming up shooting. Each one, they knocked him down, and the official didn't see it. And then the ball loose, picked up by Derrick, gunned ahead. Mirotic lines it up and missed it short. 58-55. The Bulls go to the locker room leading by 3 after building at one point a 16-point lead. But Lopez leads the Nets back, and we've got ourselves a ball game. Stay with us. But folks believe that they mortgaged their future when they added Deron Williams and Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce. And in fact, they're trying to kind of navigate their way through this season with some young pieces to go with the 2 veterans, Lopez and Johnson. But their first-round pick, if they don't have a very good year, goes to Boston in that Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce deal. So they won't even get a first-round pick this year.
Well, hindsight's 20/20. I knew what they were trying to do when they made that move to bring Garnett and Paul Pierce. It didn't work out. Because the pieces just didn't fit. They just didn't fit. And then, again, just trying to surround those guys with guys that are like-minded, just tough. Didn't have the same impact that it did in Boston when they got all those guys together.
Jimmy
trick or treat, take your candy, Jimmy.
He just took it away from him and dunked it at the other end, and they were having trouble that possession anyway, as the balls kept bouncing away from them, and they were able to run a couple of them down, but that one Jimmy picked cleanly. Joe Johnson, top of the circle. Powell with a good box out.
Bulls right now 20-16 +4. Hey, Wayne Ellington only got a few minutes in that first half.
It's all a miss, and the ball run down by the aforementioned Ellington. Circles, hard drive, scoops one up and missed it. Here comes Derek. He's 1 against 3. Threads one across to Nico. Now Jimmy posted out to Snell for 3.
The Bulls come down now 2 possessions, shooting jumpers. Like to see them get to the basket a little bit.
Ball kicked by Jimmy Butler. Jimmy and Powell coming up with big defensive plays last night against the Cavaliers.
And this Brooklyn team will be better when you get Jarrett Jack back. I mean, he played really well for them last year. Nice move.
Joe Johnson tipping, no, and it's out of bounds and going to go to the Nets. I agree with you. Jarrett Jack.
Veteran player, Neil, that can do a lot of different things, post up. He's steady everywhere he's gone. You know, you talk to people, you know, the team is not the same when he leaves. He's one of those kind of guys that makes your team better, kind of like Andre Miller. You know, they make their team better because they're veteran guards that understand their role. They know what they're doing out there as far as the point guard position is concerned.
He's got a sore left hamstring, so not available tonight, but he will be their veteran in the backcourt. And then they'll bring Larkin and others off the bench. As you see, Larkin missed that pull-up jumper. Larkin will come off the bench. Sloan will come off the bench to back up Jack. Nico. Oh, what a pass inside. Tony finished it.
And that was a good job by Tony Snell. His man turned his head, we like to say, getting caught in his hand in the cookie jar. And Tony made a strong back cut. A good find by Nico.
There's Powell deflecting it away from Lopez. So the Bulls led by 3 at the intermission. They're up by 7 now. Largest lead 16. Let's see if they can put enough pressure on Brooklyn to discourage him. Larkin drives, floater is good. Nice move by Shane Larkin.
Now that high screen. You know, if you got a guard that can turn that corner and be able to finish among the trees, as Larkin was able to do there.
Mirotic played by Joe Johnson, knocked away by Joe, and a foul. Joe Johnson
right now picked up his 3rd foul.
Yeah, his 3rd. Remember he picked up the 2 real quick fouls there toward the end of the 2nd quarter. And now he's got a little foul issue.
Foul right there on Brook Lopez, who grabbed Pau Gasol a little. Pau was setting that high pick and roll and then made a quick dive cut, and Lopez beat, recognizing his beat, grabbed his jersey.
2nd team foul. Outside out for the Bulls. Snell, Rose, Gasol, Butler, and Mirotic. Derek spinning into some traffic and scores. And a
Max in the house, free cheese. I mean, this is what we saw. We saw Derek early in the game going to post against the smaller Larkin. Here he is right here, just backs him down. He's just too big, and he just finishes right over the top of him.
Larkin screaming for offense contact, but
well, he should be screaming for help. Not screaming about
I agree with you.
I mean,
that was.
He should have recognized. I mean, his teammates. I mean, that's something his teammates have got to help him. I don't understand sometimes defensively when you know a guy is clearly beat, guys just sit there and really leave him out on the island by himself.
Larkin trying to answer right back and airballs one.
You can't come back down. He's not that type of player to come back down. You get scored on one end, I'm going to come back down on the other end. And I'm sure Lionel Hollins didn't want him to take that shot. You get it to your players, Joe Johnson, Lopez.
Butler pumps it out to Snell. Bang, bang, bang. And that is all.
Tony Snell. You know, he hasn't shot the ball particularly well. He's got 10 points, but he's 2 of 4 from the three-point line, 3 of 7 in the game tonight.
And all of a sudden, that lead starts to open up again, 68-57. Bulls with the advantage. Timeout taken by Lionel Hollins. Ellington, he thought that he was still standing out by the three-point line. When he turned around, he was like, what happened? Where'd my guy go?
Well, they teach you ball you man. Know where the ball is, know where your man is. That time he lost sight of his man. Tony Snell sneaks back door on him. Again, we say getting your hands caught in the cookie jar that time, Wayne Ellington. And the Bulls have gotten off to a good start here in the third quarter.
Thaddeus Young, haven't been able to get him going, and he does there.
But he had to work for that. That's what you, with Nico, that's all you want to do right there is make him work. Thaddeus Young with 12 points, 6 of 9 from the field, but nothing easy on that possession.
Rose driving, shot.
A lot of contact right there on Sloan. Didn't give him the call.
Sloan, and he's fouled by Derrick Rose. And a technical on Derrick Rose.
Well, Derrick didn't like the call on the other end. He thought he got pushed by Sloan on his move, but then Derrick comes back and doesn't like the call. Touch foul that time on Sloan, and they gave him a quick tee.
Sloan got one, or rather Johnson got one to roll off the front of the rim and good.
Derrick is right there, still pleading his case with Derek Stafford.
A technical free throw. Shot by Joe Johnson. Now back to play as Lopez hops in, fires one off balance. Bulls slammed the door on him that time. Rose, hard drive, and whistle on a foul on Sloan.
That's what you like to see right there, an angry Derrick Rose. You could tell right there he was going to get that ball and go to the rim. And this is something, you can tell that his legs are back because he is in attack mode. I mean, you've seen the game so far that he's played. He is on attack mode, and that's what you like to see. Not selling for three-point shots, but trying to get to the rim, get that mid-game going, gone to the free throw line now. This will be his 4th and 5th free throw attempt. And that's a good thing to see if you're Fred Hoiberg and Derrick Rose.
Thing that's a little amusing, Sloan now pleading his case as Derrick was at the other end. Derrick ended up getting assessed a technical, and Sloan then in this play down here with Derrick drawing the foul from Sloan. We'll see if Sloan comes right back at Derrick. Whistle one and through the hands of Lopez, but picked up by Ellington. Ellington, nice move, and just, I'll tell you what, he's had about 2 or 3, Stacey, really nice moves, and then just cannot finish an easy little layup. Jimmy, the fadeaway. Thaddeus Young pushes it. Gunned up top to Sloan.
Look at the rim.
And Lopez in and out, no good on the move.
Sloan didn't even look at the rim. He had a wide open 3.
Mirotic, he looks at the rim.
Oh, he got a nice look. That time the Bulls pushed that ball in transition. Shooters got to where they were supposed to.
Joe Johnson with Mirotic on him. Joe with a drive and a shot that won't go, but he's going to get to the free throw line to shoot a couple. And the foul is on Nico. Mirotic picks up the foul. His first and the team's second. And on Thursday, November 5th, the Bulls host the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Bulls and BMO Harris Bank present 60s Night to celebrate the first decade of the Bulls' 50th season. While supplies last, at the end of the United Center, you receive a limited edition commemorative 60s themed Bulls jersey. Compliments of BMO Harris Bank. Butler cut off by Joe Johnson. Jimmy all the way to the baseline and then bounced to Powell, played by Lopez. Fights up a shot, no, but a foul called, and that'll be on Brook Lopez.
Lopez picks up his second personal foul. And he doesn't like the call, but he rode Pau Gasol on that drive all the way to the rim. The officials were going to let him get away with it until that last bit of contact.
He and Pau have had a nice little duel.
It's been a big man shooting clinic. I mean, both these guys have been basically shooting 18, 20-foot jumpers. I like to see, I'm a traditional big guy. I like to see him get in that post a little bit and work out, especially Brook Lopez, who has the size advantage.
Well, you only saw him go down there once that I can remember, right?
Well, again,
back in the first half.
The center is like a dinosaur, man. They're extinct. I mean, every big guy now is shooting threes or shooting jump shots.
You know, there's no Chamberlain left?
No. Well, he carried the ball. Sloan carried the basketball off that pick and roll that time. Didn't call. Well, Jimmy has really hounded Joe Johnson. 2 of 8 from the field. He's really made it tough on him.
No, missing, tipping it in. That's Joe Johnson.
Well, that's not Jimmy's fault. Jimmy got him to miss that first shot. And the rest of those red jerseys got to come in there and rebound that basketball.
Now, a little deeper this time. Looks at the official.
Well, you see he's got his hands all over Powell. And that's what Powell is telling the officials, that Lopez has got his hands on him when he's facing up.
Well, he looked right over at him with the ball in his hand. Watch,
he's got his hands on him
here.
right now.
No, that wasn't it. It was earlier than that. He looked at the official like, are you going to call this or not? Thaddeus Young. Nope, and the long rebound to Derek. Started to run with it, but he was 1 against 3. Now he blows on in, scoops one up, missed it, and the rebound Sloan.
I like it. He's on the attack mode. He missed that shot, but that's what you like to see.
Lopez, no. Tap once, no. Lopez back up, no.
Get that out of here. Talk to the hand, Brook Lopez. That was a nice block.
Inside, Nico spinning, and a whistle and a foul. That's on Thaddeus Young. Well, the players are not happy with the way
it's been
the game's being called.
It's a little bit on the inconsistent side.
Yeah.
Now, you see Lopez shooting it like a point guard. That little, you see a lot of point guards with that little move where they just shoot that floater. And this is a 7-footer doing that. And
Powell came in and blocked that last try.
You got to go strong or don't go at all. And that time, Powell won the battle of the big guys with that block.
Nico makes the free throw. It's a 10-point game.
But Neil, I like the way Derrick Rose is attacking. Last year, one of the biggest things with him, he kind of settled for shots. He settled for 3-point shots. This year, he's attacking. You can see his legs are good. He's confident in his body.
Well, Stacey, all you have to do is look at these 3 numbers. Field goals, 4 of 7 tonight for Derrick. 5 of 5 from the free throw line, has not attempted a 3-point shot.
And again, it's a good sign when you see a guy like Derrick going in and attacking.
Joe Johnson, long 3, heel of the rim, heavy. Tap by Bargnani, came up short. And the Bulls are on the move again. Brooks, floater, good.
Stop it. Stop it. Aaron Brooks with a nice little floater. He gets that shot over anybody.
And I might have added 3 assists for Derrick as well. Joe Johnson inside. That spins out. Well, he's had a tough shooting night, too.
Jimmy's got the handcuffs on him, and I think after the game's over, you can give him the key to let him go home, because he has really locked him down defensively. 3 of 13 from the field. Now, he's had some looks.
Well, that one there was just wide open.
Bang, bang, bang.
Bulls up 79-63 as they now have matched their largest lead of the game. Second time they've led by 16.
Well, now you got to finish. You got to finish. You got this team on the ropes. You got this team on the ropes, Neil. You had a 16-point lead earlier. Now you got to finish. Put this team down. Break their spirit. You heard Fred Hoiberg last night say it, killer instinct. Let me see your killer instinct. This is the things he's trying to establish with this team. Don't just relax when you got a big lead. Put a team away.
Foul was on Bargnani. And we walk down to the other end.
He was over the back of Nico that time on that offensive rebound.
That's over the limit. But here, Stacey, is where the Bulls lost their momentum in the first half. Their bench came in. and outplayed the Bulls bench.
Well, and
it's simple.
Well, it's very simple. I mean, Doug McDermott has to play defense. He's got to play better. He's got to make some shots. Aaron Brooks has got to be better defensively because Sloan and those guys came in and played really well off the bench. Bogdanovich came in and got going. Doug was on him a few times. These guys have got to come in. Their role is scoring, but also you got to guard people on the other end. If you're going to be part of that rotation, you've got to play defense.
Second free throw by Nico's good. 81-63. The new biggest lead. Bogdanovich to Sloan. Sloan, oh, what a move that was. Missed it, but then the tip won't go, and then finally tipped in by Lopez.
Because again, Bargnani missed an easy bunny around the basket.
Knocked away by Joe Johnson into the backcourt, picked up by Etuan. Plenty of time, 9 to shoot. Nico kind of forced it a bit. Long rebound, Bogdanovich. He runs in on McDermott and missed it short. The rebound, Nico.
Let's see if the Bulls can get into something. So this is what happened to them in the second quarter. They just started firing up jumpers. And then
that one was made by Aaron Brooks.
He said, "Shut up, Stacey King. I'm taking this shot."
But you're right. That's what got him in trouble, though. And a timeout taken by Lionel Hollins, 84-65. The Bulls with their largest lead of the night at 19. 2:35 left. They're in the third. Bulls with the lead. And here's a look at our Honda defensive play as Jimmy Butler.
Trick or treat. Taking his candy, Neil.
A little pickpocket and then the dunk at the other end.
There it is right there again. Just take the ball away from him, go and finish that. Now, you talk about the Bulls getting this nice lead right now. You know, you go back to that second quarter where Brooklyn really got off to a great start. They were shooting 70% in that second quarter, which enabled them to get back in the game. But what you see now is the Bulls, this is the Bulls of last year defensively, when they can really lock guys down. It's still early in the season, but again, when you put the defense that they're putting on these guys right now, they're getting easy basket opportunities. Right now, they're 3 of 21. Brooklyn is. They have gone ice cold here in the third quarter.
Complete turnaround from that second quarter where they didn't shoot it well early in the game, but then their bench came in and really thrived. 84-65 now. The Bulls trying to open up some more ground.
Killer instinct. This is where you got to get it. You establish it now.
Sloan circles. Bogdanovich knocked away by Etuan. And there's a hold from behind. That may be on Nico. It is on Mirotic, his second. And the Bulls third. So they've done a nice job of not putting Brooklyn on the free throw line.
Well, the Bulls have got balanced scoring tonight. I mean, 6 guys in double figures, no one over 14.
Bargnani, he was bothered into a bad miss, and there's a late whistle.
It's almost like he had asthma right there trying to blow into the whistle. It's almost if he would have messed with it. Like, if it's a foul, it's a foul. Call it. Don't wait to see if it's a made basket. Here it is, real late whistle. Now, he did foul him, but again, I mean, if it's a foul, blow the whistle right then and there because you stop the other team's momentum when they get a fast break opportunity. On Saturday, November 7th, when the Bulls host the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Bulls at AT&T present Camo Hat Night while supplies last. Fans entering United Center receive a Bulls Camo hat. Compliments of AT&T.
I see you've come around to my way of thinking on that foul call. Remember last year we had the discussion about why the official was waiting, and you said he was waiting to see if the basket was good or if the ball went in. But I agree with you. They sometimes, I mean, if it's a foul, you got to call. You just blow the whistle, and if the ball goes in, it goes in. If it doesn't, it doesn't. but you've already blown the whistle.
Well, regardless, I mean, it doesn't matter if it's for the Bulls or the other team.
Exactly.
A foul's a foul.
No, exactly. Here's Bargnani, and he got right by Nico, and then a wild shot, and then he got it back, goes up and scores. Nicely done by Bargnani that time.
It's kind of like a bowling ball with pins. He just knocked everybody out of the way, and he was able to get that rebound because he was so out of control.
Aaron Brooks flies in there, and then McDermott a drive along the baseline.
Dougie that time explodes to the basket.
That was more like his Creighton days.
Let's see right there. You see Bargnani and Nico going at it down there. A couple of shoulder bumps.
Jumper out of the corner, in and out, no good.
Hollis Jefferson, not known as a shooter.
Yeah, that looked like it might just be a little out of his range. He kind of had to throw that rather than shoot it. Nico a drive. Aaron pumps inside. And now McDermott lines it up and on the rim, no.
Yeah, you almost got me excited there. I thought it was on point as well. Good ball movement by the Bulls, though. They had passed up a couple of jump shots.
Bargnani deep and an air ball. Oh, that's just not a good shot.
Well, and he's looking at the officials like he got hit on the arm.
No, come on.
And, that's one of those calls when you're at the, you get that call when you're playing on Sunday afternoons at 4:30 in the men's league, but you're not getting that call in the league. That was a forced shot. Again, you can get that shot anytime you want to, and Lionel Hollins is not happy about that quick shot.
Outside, Brooks, a miss. Joe had the rebound, and there's a loose ball foul on Bogdanovich.
The Windex man, as I like to call Joakim Noah. You almost got to face guard him. I mean, with him and Taj in the lineup at the same time, they're bringing enormous energy off the bench at those two positions. Both those guys are relentless on the offensive glass. It's going to make it tough for teams to defend those two.
Well, Bulls fans enjoy a fun-filled group outing with family, friends, or co-workers. Groups receive many exciting extras. To reserve your group outing, all you got to do is call the Bulls at 312-455-4000. 312-455-4000. Bring a group down to see this exciting Fred Hoiberg coach Bulls team. Scored 86 points already. With 15 seconds left to play in the quarter. Oh, that might have been a travel and then a shot that's up and good.
Right now, if you watch him play at Arizona, that's the kind of player he is right now. He's a guy that wants to get to the basket. He's a great on-ball defender, but not a very good shooter right now, but he can get to the basket.
Taj Gibson, great pass. That's not going to be in time. As Taj tried to move it, a smart play, tried to move it to his shooter, McDermott, but time has expired. 86-71, but a good quarter, solid quarter for the Bulls as they open up a 15-point lead heading to the fourth.
Good balanced scoring. Again, 6 guys in double figures. Bulls shooting 52% from the field, 40% from the three-point line, but a blistering 16 of 18 from the free throw line, so they are attacking.
Let's go back to Larkin at the point. He works with Hollis Jefferson, Robinson, Bogdanovich, and Bargnani. Bogdanovich against Taj. Lost him with a nice crossover, missed the shot. Rebound, Robinson put it down, and the Bulls picked his pocket.
And they took it down, big man taking it below his knees, and there was the turnover. And that's when you got to slow down right there. You got the ball to the middle of the floor. You don't have that break. Pull that ball back out, set something up.
Bulls have done a much better job here in the second half. They turned it 11 times in the first half, just 3 here in the second half so far. Bogdanovich on the rim. Boy, they've had a lot of shots go in and out.
Oh, Taj had him.
There's the lob. McDermott couldn't control it. Etuan got it back, fights it up and scores.
Oh, the Bulls turn the ball over, get the ball back off the bounce back. Nice play by Etuan Moore.
Larkin running in, and he's fouled by Brooks. That's his third and the first team foul on the Bulls. Aaron forces Larkin to go right.
And see, Robinson doesn't want to take that shot. He wants to get everything in the rim. 6 and in. There he is right there.
Just kind of shoveled that up.
He's not a stretch forward. He's a guy that's his range is about 6 and in. Is there going to be an offensive foul on Taj?
That's
Offensive foul number 22, Taj Gibson.
is an offensive foul.
Now Taj has got the advantage down there. He just don't wrestle with that guy. Just take your time down there. They'll find you. You know, Bargnani's going to give you the post-up position. You don't have to wrestle with him because he'll draw an offensive foul. He's done it a couple of times tonight.
There he is, catching, shooting, missing. Rebound run down by Aaron.
Now, right now, Taj should just take his time right there. And then he's got him sealed. That's where we got to give him the ball.
Bounce to him, just off the block on the left side. He spins again, fights up a shot, no, and the rebound Robinson.
That was a good move by Taj.
Larkin, like a little water bug across the top from right to left. Bargnani driving, finishing, and he will get to the free throw line.
That's going to be on Aaron Brooks. Now Aaron got caught on the screen, and he immediately switched. Now, if you're going to switch, you got to switch on to the guy that set the screen. Now, watch Aaron right here. He gets picked. He doesn't know who to guard, and all of a sudden he gets stuck on Bargnani, and you just got to stay in front of him. When he puts the ball on the floor, as small as he is, attack his dribble, rely on your defensive help. And here's Kirk Hinrich going to get his first action of the season.
Bargnani completes the three-point play, 88-74. You don't want Brooklyn to feel like they're back in this. Etuan into the lane. Slabo had it stripped. Robinson picked it up. Turnover.
This is where this group, the second group, I don't want to start pointing fingers at him, but the second group is the one that they got there.
Yes, it is. Larkin knocks in that little elbow jumper. Lead pass to Etuan. Knocked away again. Here comes Larkin. And he had his pocket picked from behind by Brooks.
The Bulls are getting sloppy with the basketball here.
Etuan fakes the three. Come on.
Oh, more, Neil. How do you like it? Give me more. The Bulls got sloppy with that ball. They had 11 turnovers in the first half. They've got 6 here in the second half. They did a much better job in that third quarter.
Bargnani, and that's drained.
That's one thing Bargnani can do is shoot that basketball. He's got 15 points off the bench, shooting 6 of 12 from the field.
91-78. But you take that three by Etuan out of there a moment ago. Brooks, not that time.
A good shot right there. No rebounders in position when he took that shot.
Hollis Jefferson back outside to Larkin. Now Hollis Jefferson dropped to Robinson. Robinson bullies his way in, turns, throws up a wild shot, and draws the foul from Joakim Noah. That is personal foul number 2 on Joe. Team foul number 3. And a timeout taken. We'll be right back.
First, when the Bulls host the Orlando Magic, the Bulls and United Airlines present Magnetic Schedule Night while supplies last. Fans entering United Center will receive a magnetic schedule. Compliments of United Airlines. I see Bulls fans here at the Barclays Center. See a New York Mets
fan. They're up what, 1-0? I think.
I'm just right now. I'm still trying to get over that Cubs series loss to the Mets.
You might as well get over it.
Well, it's a sore spot right now, Punk. Okay, I was all excited for the Cubbies. I had the W flashing around. I had my little W flag. I was all hyped. And now I'm looking at the Mets in the World Series. I'm just sick. But the Cubs are gonna be good though. They're gonna be good for a while, man. Shout out to the Cubs. Woo, those young talent they got, boy. Woo, Rizzo. Oh, he's a beast.
Kirk Hinrich in for the first time here in the regular season, and actually played very well during the preseason. Clang.
Well, you got to get a construction.
Clang. Shows the
goggles on there, boy.
Taj pops out, and now Etuan on the left wing. Free throw line extended. Taj back into the post. turns, left hand short, late whistle, but a whistle. Larkin trying to claim the Taj walk, but the foul occurred before that.
Well, Taj made that shot a little bit more difficult than what it should have been. He should have just went over with a right-hand jump hook instead of turning back baseline. And he got the foul. Good job by Taj, but a jump hook right there to the middle would have got an easier basket.
Taj pokes in the free throw. Gibson off the bench in the game with 3 points. Bulls, so listen to this balance, Stacey, scoring-wise. Snell with 10, Mirotic 12, 14 Gasol, 14 Butler, 13 Rose, and 12 for Aaron Brooks.
But listen to this, Neil. Nobody has played over 30 minutes.
Yeah, nice. Nice in a back-to-back scenario. Larkin driving, left it short, tipped in.
Who's the foul going to be on?
I think they're going to call it on Joe. I thought Joe tipped it in, too. If we see it again, I think Joe deflected it.
And here it is right here. Now watch.
Short. And it, well, it might have been Lopez.
Yeah, he got him on the arm right there.
And it was Lopez tipping it. The way it looked from the angle we're sitting, it looked like Joe tipped it in. Number 3 on Joe. And the 4th team foul on the Bulls with 8:05 left. So they're going to be shooting the rest of the way as Lopez makes that.
Well, no starter for the Bulls has played more than 28 minutes tonight. This is kind of like San Antonio Spurs type of minute rotation they were seeing under Fred Hoiberg.
Mirotic has played the most at 26.
And you figure the younger guys...
I'm sorry, Butler 27.
You figure the younger guys are going to play more minutes in a meaningful game. Oh, he's wide open.
Wide open from Heinrich. He knocked it down. That was some pretty passing to get him the shot. That Heinrich had a shot himself had he wanted to pull the trigger, but instead he went upstairs to McDermott.
And I'm going to tell you what. I mean, you know, Kirk hasn't played, you know, a lot so far this season. But I tell you, you keep his minutes down.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
He will be really effective because he's a really good on-ball defender, and he can do things like that and get you in the offensive set. Oh, man, that right there is a horse move. When you're playing horse in the backyard against your brother, his twin brother, Robin, and he'd make that shot.
Foul is on Joe.
You know, watch right here. He's just so strong. I mean, you'll see just go up, and he just puts his body. And no one's ever questioned Brook Lopez's offensive ability because he is a very good offensive center. Oklahoma City last year was thinking about trying to make a move to bring him into Oklahoma City. That deal fell through.
He can score and he can rebound.
And that's what Oklahoma City felt they needed is a low post presence to go along with Westbrook and maybe later on Kevin Durant. And they went a different direction. They got Enes Kanter, which turned out to be a good move for them. But you can see Lopez offensively is very good. It's the little things, the rebounding and the defense you'd like to see him be better at.
Especially defensively. I think he's an okay rebounder. Joe spins, misses, and the rebound, Bargnani. Ahead to Larkin, 95-84. This would be as close as they've been in a while. Joe Johnson played by Butler.
Jimmy's done a good job all night long on Joe Johnson.
Johnson back to Lopez. Lopez against Noah. He put it right down there, and Noah took it away from it. And then ahead to Butler. And then Bogdanovich stole it right back. And he flies in and draws the foul.
Well, Joe did a great job right there. Again, you know, Lopez tried to do that move where he faces up and tried to draw the foul. That time, Joe just took the ball away from him.
He ripped it away from him.
Right here. He just takes it away from him, get in the weight room. But then now, Joe does a great play there, but then turns the ball over. Just take your time. You got possession of the ball. You got the lead. Under 7 minutes now, and just play.
Joe commits his 5th foul, and the Bulls are over the limit as Bogdanovich gets to the free throw line. It's a 10-point game now, 95-85. As once again, there's some fight left still in Brooklyn. Out comes McDermott. Out comes Joe. Derek checks back in. And Pau Gasol back in. Well, Heinrich and Gibson off the bench, and then the 3 starters, Rose, Gasol, and Butler. Derrick Rose behind his back. Nowhere to go. Baseline shot tipped out of there and controlled by Joe Johnson and off of Joe and out of bounds. He had control and then lost it, and the Bulls get it back. And they're going to rule, well, they're going to rule he didn't really have control. 8 on the shot clock.
Well, still enough time to get a shot for the Bulls here.
Jimmy firing over Joe Johnson and scores. Boy, that's nice there.
Buckets, the G stands
Butler just raised up and killed him.
I don't think Joe Johnson expected him to take that shot.
I don't either. A whistle and a foul inside. That's Gibson and Bargnani battling again. And the foul is on Taj. A timeout taken. It's a full timeout. This one charged to Brooklyn with 5:56 left to play for your game. It's 98-86. The Bulls with the lead. We'll be right back. Bulls lead 98-86. While we were gone, the officials took a look at this. McDermott, that wasn't even that close. I'm not sure why they were reviewing that. And this one is Jimmy, and that wasn't close. Just raised up and knocked it down. So I don't know what the... Why are we showing that?
Well, I think that the officials they couldn't believe Jimmy shot a quick 3-point with 8 seconds on the shot clock. It was just like turn, fire up.
I know. Joe Johnson was looked like, are you kidding? Why did you shoot that?
Hey, Joe Johnson has really been frustrated tonight. 3 of 13 from the field. He does have 8 rebounds and 3 assists, but again, Jimmy Buckets has, really put him in handcuffs tonight. And again, I said that earlier, when this game's over, maybe Jimmy will give him the keys so he can drive home, but Jimmy is showing you why he's one of the better two-way players in this league defensively. I mean, he had that reputation coming into this league as a very good NBA-ready defender, but he has really got the reputation now. The officials allow him to get away with a little bit more than what they did when he was younger because of his reputation.
There's a difference between a good defender and a lockdown defender. He's a lockdown guy.
Well,
when he sets his mind to it.
I mean, he's 6'7". He's got a really strong body. The thing you like about him is that he's got that mentality that he won't be picked because he sees a lot of pick and rolls. He gets over the screen and really frustrates those small forwards.
Well, he just doesn't quit on a play either. I mean, he finds a way to, as he comes up, skips one across the Powell. Up, and they move it nicely to Derek. He crosses over, dances back, fires short. Rebound Powell. Offensive rebound Gasol. Hooked inside. Jimmy goes up and around the rim and good.
Just too big for Bogdanovich. Nothing he could do. And he tried. I mean, I'll give him that. He tried. Nothing he could do.
Give Powell credit there. Offensive rebound, and then the Bulls come away with a hoop. 188, back out by 12. Brown firing and scores. Martel Brown, and then he falls down.
Just shot Brown. Good sniper in the building.
Rose knocked away by Brown. Back to Jimmy Butler. Butler loose, angles in, kicked out. Heinrich to a wide open Derek for 3, off target. Rebound Bargnani.
Gotta get back. They got Lopez in the post.
A lot of time left. Lopez backs in on Powell, turns, fires short.
One of the few times we've seen him in the post. Taj has got him on his back. See if they get it to him.
Bounce to Taj. Comes at Bargnani, rips through, goes to Powell, shot up, no, tap, and they're going to wipe it out. That was Taj who went up. That ball might have fallen anyway, but Taj went up to try to deflect it in, and they call him for basket interference.
Nice little interior passing there, and
right there.
Bulls have just dominated him on the boards. 38-18 on the rebounds.
Brown, open, jumper, good again.
Where's Brown been?
Just that time able to run Derek into a screen, and Derek didn't get much help. There's D. Rose at the top. Nice crossover down the lane, drop back. Powell fires, missed it. Rebound Joe Johnson.
Bulls have got some good shots.
Johnson, gun to the corner. That won't go. Rebound tapped out. Run down by Lopez and a foul. And that'll be on Taj as Lopez was able to retrieve that missed shot. That's 3 on Taj Gibson. Bulls are over the limit. Just 1 team foul on Brooklyn. So, as I noted a while ago, Brooklyn shooting free throws the rest of the quarter, so they can afford to be aggressive.
Now they've done a good job of crashing the boards. I mean, even though they're being out-rebounded, they've got 14 second-chance points. And Bulls only have 9.
Yeah, they're being out-rebounded 38-18. And Lopez makes a pair of free throws. Lopez now with 24 points in the game. And he is the game's leading scorer. Gasol to Derek. D. Rose trying to thread his way in. Mirotic, he drives and kick back, poked out. 3 to shoot, 2 to shoot. Rose running in, shot off the glass and good.
I tell you what, hey, you talk about Derrick Rose getting to the basket. Man, he's been to the free throw to the basket 22 or 27 times so far this season. He's not relying on that jump shot.
Yeah, that time was a defensive breakdown. I mean, you got it down to the shot clock down to 2, and you let a guy drive all the way in uncontested for a layup, and Derek made him pay.
Well, he had to get that ball at half court. Now watch, he's running all the way to half court. It's like 3 seconds right now.
But right now, you got to say, well, you make him throw up a shot. Don't let him just drive it.
Well, the defense now in the NBA, everybody is so, they jump top side. Every team is doing it. It's a copycat league, and you see guys jump top side, which allows the guard to drive freely like that. And so you don't see guys staying in front of guys anymore,
right?
And playing head-up defense. Everybody jumps top side. So you watch an NBA game, whenever you see a pick and roll, you'll see guards just jump top side and try to force them to one side of the floor. Well, all these guards are too good.
Too good, too fast.
Yeah, I mean, every team, you're seeing it every night, so it's no longer a surprise to you because you're practicing against it. You're seeing it every night, so you can beat it so many different ways.
And then you get a guard like Derek who has got blinding speed with all that athleticism.
Nice.
Mirotic lines it up. Come on.
Give me the hot sauce. Nico Suave.
Mirotic.
That's a big bucket, too.
Made him pay there. So Derek Rose with a big hoop. And then Mirotic with a bomb from outside the three-point line. A 20-second timeout taken by Lionel Hollins and the Nets. 2:50 left, and now it's going to be turned into a full timeout. 105-95, Bulls by 10. And the lead at 10 with 2:50 left. Largest lead was 19 by the Bulls in the second half. The biggest lead in the first half was 16, but each time the Nets rallied to get back in the game, and there's a foul on D. Rose as Brown got him on his back. Number 2 on Derek, and Martel Brown gets the free throw line. And they made just 1 of 2 their last trip, but if they had been more aggressive, they've had the Bulls in with foul issues and for a long time. Here's a game reset coming up. The Bulls with 3 timeouts and a 20 left, and well over the foul limit. The Nets 1 timeout, and they've committed just 1 foul so far in the quarter. We've got.
You talk about how big the three-point shot now in this league is. Brooklyn 0-7. They got 0 points from there. The Bulls are 12 of 26 from the three-point line. 46%.
That's huge. Huge. I mean, think about this disparity as Powell makes a tough shot.
That was a nice move.
But 36 points scored from 3 by the Bulls. So it's 36-0.
Yes.
36-0.
And that's, when you start looking at analytics and all that stuff, where we've gone to now in this league, the three-point shot is now the new thing in the NBA. If you can shoot it.
2 minutes remaining.
I got news for all the analytics guys. You know what that is?
What's that?
They had that figured out in the ABA without an analytics guy about 35 years ago. Thank you.
They're getting credit. They're not giving those guys credit, but it is true. They did do
Well,
that.
they figured it out.
But 36-0 from the three-point line. I mean, there's another 3-2.
And there's Jimmy buries that. Now it's 39-0.
Jimmy G buckets. Again, the G stands for gets, ladies and gentlemen. If you just joined us and you don't know, that's what it stands for. Gets buckets.
There's Brown. He feeds Young, who's turned right in. Good defense by Derek. Derek stood his ground, stayed right there, and waited. And Young spun right, tried to spin around, and Derek just reached in and yanked the ball away from him.
Well, one thing, again, that's great defense by D. Rose. He comes in. The guy turns his back. Thaddeus Young turns his back. Derek comes in and digs at the ball, gets the steal.
Now a delay of game on the. Come on, guys. And when I say come on, guys, I'm saying come on to the officials.
Look at the three-point shooting disparity, 13-27, 0-7 for the Brooklyn Nets.
Hey, why not check out the WGN Bulls blog at WGNTV.com. Brought to you by our friend Jeff Vukovich, your local nationwide insurance agent, serving the area for 37 years. You ready?
I'm always
ready.
Are you ready? I'm always ready.
To join the nation, contact Jeff at jeffvook.com. And remember,
Nationwide is on your side.
I like the hand gestures. Very much.
First of all, don't wait. The guys in the truck, don't wait till the end of the game to have me get the gold pipes ready. The golden pipes are ready all the time, but I don't like to have to sing with a minute and 26 seconds because I might have lost my voice.
There's a reason. There's a reason there was that. It was in that time slot.
You know what? I really missed you over the summer, and I'm glad that we're back together. We're back in the saddle again. But your comments are going to get you slapped upside the head if you keep attacking me like you do. I can't take another year of this. But I love you. I love you.
D. Rose to inbound. Rose, Mirotic, Gasol, Snell, and Butler. So Fred Hoiberg with his starting five out there, but they're fresh. They just haven't played a ton of minutes. Snell with 20 minutes, Mirotic 28, Gasol 29, Butler 33, and Derek 28. So nobody except for Jimmy over 30 minutes. Here's Butler, a drive and a dunk.
When you turn the corner like that defensively, that right there just takes the wind out of your sails defensively of your team. No one even challenged you.
Right. You can see as Joe Johnson drives and scores, Lionel Hollins was furious after the drive by Butler.
I mean, you get the ball at the top of the circle. Jimmy's basically isolating, and it's an open, we call an open, where you spread the floor out. Jimmy just gets the ball, goes all the way, turns the corner, and no one meets him at the rim. Right now, a couple of years ago, you wouldn't have seen Jimmy Butler being the guy with the ball in his hands.
10 points in the quarter for JB.
He has really worked on his ball handling.
Outside Mirotic. Bang! Down a well it goes.
Nico Suave.
Mirotic. And the Bulls open it up again to 15.
Oh, my goodness. Whew.
There's Joe Johnson missing. Joe with his own rebound. Joe back out. Picked up by Bogdanovich. He fires. That will not fall. Ball tipped out and controlled by the Bulls.
Well, that'll do it right there, ladies and gentlemen. You know we always say to close these games out, drive home safely. BB.
17 seconds left as Butler will dribble the clock out. Now there's a little 2-second differential shot in game clock. Derek will drive, and he didn't get it away in time. That's a 24-second violation, but that's a good turnover there. by the Bulls.
It's still early, Neil Fong, 2 games in the season, but I have to admit, I'm liking what I see with this team.
Bulls 2-0. Brown will throw one up and miss that, so the final is going to stand at 115 to 100 as the Bulls at one time led by 19, and as I pointed out, had a 16-point lead in the first half. Brooklyn came back from that deficit, then they came back from 19 down, got it down to single digits, and then the Bulls opened it up again behind Rose, Butler, and Mirotic. And they win at 115 to 100. And our Dan Roan is ready with Jimmy Butler. Dan, go ahead.
All right, thanks, Neil. Jimmy leads the way tonight. A balanced team. I think it's six guys in double figures tonight. 24 points on 9 of 11. Looked like you picked it up a bit there in the fourth quarter.
Man, I got wonderful teammates here, too, to have confidence in me to take shots late. Find me when I'm open in positions to score the ball. We got so many guys that can score that you can't help off of anybody at any certain time.
I imagine this a bunch of guys in double figures thing is something we're going to see almost every night.
I hope so. Get guys' confidence up, scoring the ball, and hopefully great offense is going to lead to great defense on the other end.
Do you think, Jimmy, you guys are going to get better and better as you get more accustomed to playing like this?
Most definitely. Guys are just continuing to work on their game to tell you the truth, knocking down shots and getting guys open in rhythm. That's team basketball. If we continue to play like that, I think we're going to be hard to beat.
All right, Jimmy, thanks. Nice going tonight. 24 for JB tonight, and 115 to 100 Bulls win, Neil.
Our thanks to Dan Roan and Jimmy Butler as we get set to cut away one more time, and then we'll be back to recap things for you here from Brooklyn back after this.